We'll start this video just looking at two clips from McPhee from 2014 when he was last with the Ravens, and then we'll get into his play from 2018. Specifically, the last 2 weeks, one versus Tennessee, one versus Philly, and a couple plays from the first game of the year. So 3 games from 2018. I didn't go back and watch everything. He played, I would say on average, 20%, maybe 22, 23% of his team's defensive snaps last year. The most snaps he played was 33%. That was against Philadelphia in the final week of the season. But usually it's somewhere between 18 and 25%. So roughly once every 4 or so snaps he's on the field. Very situational. Washington played him outside more than they played him inside. It'll be interesting to see how we approach that. I don't, his injuries could creep up on him, but I don't see a guy who is without ability anymore. I wasn't sure how to say that. He still looks good to me. He still gets pressure on quarterbacks. He still, I think, gives tackles a hard time. Almost every time. He gives them something to work on. He's constantly working to get free when he's hung up by a tackle, let's say. Again, it'll be interesting to see how many tackles they put him out on, or if they line him up on a guard. You see the same relentless football player, and I think the only thing that'll slow him down are injuries. So I'm really excited about Pernell McPhee. I'm curious to see what you guys see. A lot of these clips, I'm not saying much about what's happening because you can see. We can all see this stuff. And so I'd be curious to see how you feel about how he looks in these 3. And maybe we'll go back and look at some more stuff from 2018. Here's Pernell moving up into the A gap versus Pittsburgh, and specifically against the guard, DeCastro. You can see just all-out effort all the time from him. Toward the very end of this play, it's a good battle going on there, but he throws DeCastro out of the way, manages to get an arm up and get some pressure on Roethlisberger, and that ball ends up sailing wide. To me, this play is vintage Pernell McPhee as I remember him. This is him at 2. Watch the effort. Ends up pressuring the quarterback into a poor throw. Just doesn't stop, Watch him sort of get passed off by the tackle here. Take on the center. Nice job kind of swiping the center's hands aside and dipping his shoulder. This fullback gets into him pretty good, but he just keeps going. Then the tackle comes around, and he still makes the play. To me, that's how I remember Pernell. Just all-out effort. So we move into 2018. This is Pernell out wide. Against Tennessee, he had 14 defensive snaps, which is not a ton. It's exactly 25%. So 1 out of every 4 defensive plays he was on the field. Let's watch a couple of them. Watch the effort here, and the awareness, and then the big hit. Watch it again. A lot of this I'm just going to let play because you can see what you can see without me talking. We're going to be looking at 3 games from 2018, and we're still against Tennessee here. This is another of his 14 snaps. You see he does collapse the pocket here, yet again, coming off the edge. This is Pernell, again, out wide, this time the opposite side of the formation. He knows that 24 is the force player on this particular play, and you can see him squeeze the tight end down and then shed. Eyes in the backfield. Violent shed there, gets rid of that tight end just when he wants to. Watch it from the beginning. This is Pernell wide off the left tackle side. Getting outside in case there's a run. Reads pass, and then he starts working a little bit of a chip here, or help rather, from the guard. Realizes they got him. He's not going to get to the quarterback. Watch the effort at the end. Disengages, comes within just a hair of knocking this ball down. So this is just, again, if we're watching a guy in 2014 versus 2018, you see the same relentless pursuit and effort when you compare the 2 years. Pernell at the goal line here. Good picture of him in run defense, squeezing through 2 blockers there and squeezing the back. Pretty violent collision here. Kind of, you can see him still working inside, takes on the tight end and pushes him back toward the ball carrier here, and ball carrier comes up short. So we're getting a picture of him just in 14 snaps, being able to hold up on the edge in the run game and being able to pressure the quarterback and having great effort. This is week 16. This is the end of 2018. The left tackle is going to run him by the play. It's a running play, and watch him bend back in, and just good pursuit, just good hustle, make a play, tackle for loss. This is week 1 versus Arizona again. Out wide against the left tackle. Watch that upper body fake there. Gets the tackle leaning outside. And the plant step. And then gets the hands off of him. Big hit. He had 28% of the snaps defensively. 15 snaps versus the Cardinals. Pernell always had and still does apparently have pretty violent hands. This is a wicked club he does here on the left tackle, and then he beats him outside. Gets a hit on the quarterback, and this ends up as an interception. You can see he's consistently, this is week 1, he's consistently getting pressure on the quarterback. Watch it from this view. Now we'll get into him versus Philadelphia. This is the last week of 2018, so the most recent tape available. You can see him there against Philadelphia's left tackle. Do a really nice job getting outside, making sure he controls and keeps that tackle at length. Sproles tries to bounce that out, and he has to cut it back in because McPhee is out there setting the edge. Once again, he's one-on-one versus a pretty good left tackle here. You can see the tackle kind of kick-stepping outside. Once he sets outside or oversets, McPhee sets that up nicely. You can see that underhand rip again. This play puts me in the mind of one of the very first plays we looked at from 2014. He's just an animal getting after the quarterback. The bulldozer through there. It looks like somebody hits that tackle or that guard there with a haymaker in the ring. Again, he sets him up outside. Does McPhee? Watch that plant step. Inside, left arm kind of swipes at his inside arm, and up and under, and then he's just a bull, man. Okay, so I'm going to say this. Jalen Ferguson needs to hang out with Pernell McPhee a lot and imitate him. If you play with effort every single play of every single game, you're going to make a play. You're going to make a play that you wouldn't have made otherwise. Every single game, you're going to make an extra play. Watch him win the edge here, bend and dip underneath his tackle. Philly sets him up for the screen. Doesn't stop in pursuit. Watch him. Now, if this is another player, Ferguson, from his college tape, that play isn't made. This is a guy in the last week of the season playing for the Redskins. I don't remember what their record was, but I don't think they had a shot here at making the playoffs. Watch the pass rush. Underhand dip. Again, just keeps working. He's trying to run him outside. Does not stop. These next two plays are interesting. This is Pernell, and Philadelphia gets him on this screen. They leak this running back out, and he should really pick this up, and he does not. Right there. You'd like to see him pick up that running back leaking out and understand that to be a screen. The other thing I noticed is right off the bat, he gets into this wide receiver, routes him. But yeah, you want to see him see this leak here and play pass defense there. I think I got it from another angle. Nope. So they got him there, but I want you to see the next play. Watch the play awareness and the effort here. This is him coming off the edge. He sees Peters, or 71. I'm bad with names. I think that's Peters. Sees him leak off the line. Watch him hesitate. Kind of reads this wide receiver screen here, and he makes a play on the ball. Watch the effort. Tips the ball in the air. Just about picks it. Watch it again. This is the same game after they got him on a screen earlier.